Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your body.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you about the perfect week and how God keeps blessing me.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. No matter what you're going through, let's chat. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Girl, you know I'm here for you. Let's chat.
This is Miss Leda, and this is my channel, so I wanted to put up this disclaimer before we even get started. Please read this disclaimer and note that this video is solely for entertainment purposes, and this is strictly my commentary. Now let's get busy. Hey, honey, hey, it is your girl, Miss Leda, and I am back with yet another video. So, guys, today's video is yet another horrific tragedy that has taken place where yet another life was claimed due to someone else's ignorance. So, today we are going to be talking about Miss Shaquella Robinson, and we're going to get into what has happened.
Figure out what happened to their 25-year-old daughter. Shaquella Robinson's parents say she took a trip to Mexico last month with a group of friends. Her friends made it back, but she didn't. They say she was found dead. They were told what happened, but they tell me tonight they're not buying it.
I just sit back and wait on God, because like I say, she's going to get justice.
A mystery in Mexico. How did a weekend with friends turn into a nightmare?
Something is not adding up right here.
Bernard and Salamandra Robinson say their daughter, 25-year-old Shaquella Robinson, traveled with friends from Charlotte to Cabo, Mexico on October the 28th. Statement, the U.S. Department of State said, quote, "We are aware of these reports. Protecting the welfare of U.S. citizens overseas is among our top priorities. Out of respect for the privacy of those involved, we have no further comment at this time." Shaquella's body arrived back in Charlotte on Thursday.
She had a heart of gold. She didn't mistreat nobody.
I mean, I can't even be a grandfather. Can't even walk her down the aisle. She gone.
Weeks later, questions remain.
We're not gonna stop until we get to the end of it.
Take it to the bottom of it.
We're gonna get to the end of this.
No, this is not gonna happen, No, I've been crying, I'm hurt. I'm hurting all the way around.
And the family tells me they have contacted the FBI in Charlotte to help them figure out what happened. They also say they'll hire a private investigator if it comes to that. Their daughter will be laid to rest next Saturday.
Year-old wound up dead.
Well, conflicting reports now have them wondering what really happened at a villa in Cabo San Lucas. Morgan Francis tonight spoke to the family and joins us now here in the studio. So Morgan, when did all this happen?
Alicia, this happened about 2 weeks ago. Shaquella Robinson went to Mexico with her friends. She arrived early on Friday the 28th, and her family says the next morning she was dead. It was supposed to be a fun, long weekend for 25-year-old Shaquella Robinson and her group of friends who went to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef. They was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, something, salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you. Have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again, and she never made it back home.
Robinson's mom, Salamandra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
And the autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Say that she had been, she had a broken neck and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. but answers have been hard to come by.
You know, I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
She had a heart of gold. She loved everybody, and pretty much everybody loved her.
An official with the State Department told us they're helping the family obtain reports from authorities and recommend the family hires a private investigator and an attorney if they question the circumstances surrounding Shaquella's death.
So a man fought this Queen Shaquella Robinson. This is so...
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No.
At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up.
Najir Wiggins speaks in regards to what he knows that happens to his friend Shaquella Robinson. Let me apologize in advance. This young man's video footage is very choppy. At some points in time, you will hear a long pause because his voice cuts off, and then he is constantly moving around throughout this whole entire time frame. So he is in and out of frame.
She was showing symptoms. My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because it was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But I got too far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it just a big ass villa. I don't know if y'all can view it on the website. Go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this shit is and what it looked like. Well, you're gonna see. So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me she was not feeling good. So I instantly go to her, put on her side, get a bag and all that. So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was crossing my heart and hope that I was there the whole time in the game room. And then they was talking about cooking, so we made it to the living room. I put on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room.
I'm not a detective or anything like that, but majority of the time when a person is deflecting, they're adding extra details such as the nurse was a man, male or female, just involuntary information. It's a sign of deceit and trying to get you to deflect to something that's not important.
That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. So it's like, okay, so when I see she chilling, I put her on her side, I go out and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here, that I Quilla get up. I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything. Anyways, fuck that. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I say that in the video. Everybody can hear it. Everybody knows.
His audio messes up a couple of times, so.
Everybody that know me heard me say the shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa. But he was cutting up the guy. I tried to get the timestamp.
Also notice how he continues to have evidence, this quote-unquote evidence, that he never actually shows. Just pay attention.
So let me read this quote to you. Know your circle. Make sure everybody in your boat is rowing and not drilling holes when you're not looking. Let me say that again. Know your circle. Make sure everybody in your boat is rowing and not drilling holes when you're not looking.
Watch your circle. Remember, an outsider cannot talk about you unless an insider gives them something to talk about.
Okay, so y'all want my thoughts and my opinion. And I have been requested to do this video by multiple people. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I did the video. First, let me say, whew, nowadays this word friend is used so loosely. When I was growing up, my mother told us, baby, you don't have friends. You have acquaintances. Start going through some things, and then you'll truly find out who exactly is your friend. Because a friend is going to be there with you through thick and thin. But that acquaintance is only going to be there when it's beneficial to them. So know who you have around you. My mom used to preach that to us all the time. And I have told my sister and everyone else the same thing. Now, when my sister was in high school, I have a sister who is Hispanic. She's adopted. And I used to tell her when she wanted to go to a football game or whatever, and I was taking her, the group of people that you leave my house with is the group of people you need to return to my house with. Y'all leaving here as a group, y'all return as a group. So I said all of that to say this. It's no way in the world a friend or friends would have left that young lady there dead and hadn't helped that family to retrieve that body. It's no way in the world that you can call them friends. What friends would stand there and videotape someone beating on their friend? And then to tell her, fight back. She was fighting a dude. A dude. What, you wanted her to die instantly for trying to fight a dude? I'm baffled. I'm really baffled. Because, like I say, that word friend is so loose. So loose. But you come up with an alibi and a lie to tell this family in regards to their child. That right there alone lets me know that you ain't no friend. Because had you have not done something wrong, you wouldn't be coming up with a story of alcohol poisoning. You could have had a clear conscience and been able to tell them flat out, this is what happened, this is what transpired. You know, it was an altercation, but we didn't think it was that severe. Whatever. You would have been able to say something. But instead you come up with this elaborate lie that she got alcohol poison. Huh. I pray for this mother and this father. And I definitely pray that they get justice. This is heartbreaking. You going on vacation with people who you think you know. And this is what happens. All I can say is, baby, keep your circle small. Not everybody should be allowed to eat at the same table as you. Not everybody is going to be able to travel on the same journey as you. Don't use that word friend and family so loosely, because not everybody means you good. Sometimes people will say that's my friend just to use you for what you're beneficial to them for. Stop calling everybody your friend. And if you're going to go out of town with these so-called friends, then baby, you need to return with these so-called friends. It's no way in the world that anyone calling themselves a friend to this young lady didn't help this woman who was getting beaten. Didn't help the family to retrieve the body. I don't get that. And yes, I heard Nigeria Wiggins say that he's innocent, that he wasn't there when it transpired. But baby, did you take time out to make sure that this family had all the information that they needed? Did you take time out to give them the information pertaining to how to retrieve the body? Did you stay with your friend's body until that body had got back to the U.S.? Did you make arrangements to at least try to stay an extra day so that way you can help that family? So yeah, you may not have been there when it transpired, and you might not have seen it when it happened. But a friend wouldn't have left that baby in that condition. Then my question is, why the hell is this child naked? Butt booty ass naked, and they fighting. I don't get that. And the young lady is saying, no, I'm not going to fight. But you still going to continue to pound on her? So let me tell you, whenever you fighting and someone hits back, it's classified as mutual combat. And you can't do anything in the United States. Maybe that's why she didn't fight back. I don't know. But like I said, I'm thinking she didn't fight back because this was a man. And he already had the upper hand on her. Look how he was flinging her around like she was a rag doll. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then to hear the man in the background say, can you at least fight back or something? What kind of friend are you that you would encourage such behavior to go on instead of breaking it up? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And then, y'all, what really pissed me off is this individual who was fighting her had the balls and the audacity to put up posts saying that they would do an interview with the highest bidder. What the hell? You trying to profit off of this young woman's death? Lord, please help me. Please help me, because I don't get it. You killed this individual, and now you trying to profit off of her death by saying you want to tell your side of the story. I seen your side of the story. I seen how you was beating her while she was butt ass naked. You didn't have to say anything. You don't have anything to say. Nothing. Because you walking, you breathing, you talking, and this baby is about to be buried. She'll never be able to have a child. She'll never be able to walk down the aisle. Her parents won't be able to see her again, but yours will. And then you say you got a story to tell. It ain't nothing that you can tell, baby. Nothing at all. That video says it all. That young lady was not fighting you. You said you was tired of this shit. And you was pounding on her, wailing on her, and she wasn't even fighting you back. That's premeditated. Premeditated murder. I'm sorry. And the person videotaping needs to be charged too. Whoever was involved needs to be charged. Each individual person needs to be questioned. And then not only that, they all need to be charged with conspiracy for a cover-up, because they all tried to cover it up. All of them. All of them. The mother said they all came back with a different story. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I say it again, young people, please wake up. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody is your friend. Some people you can say you've been friends with for years, and they still really ain't your friend. Let me say it again. You might have missed it. Some people you can say you've been friends with for years, and they still really are not your friend. If you didn't catch it, I don't know what to tell you. But baby, not everybody is your friend. You don't bring everybody into your home. You don't allow people to be in your space. Peace is everything. Peace is everything. My heart goes out to this family. I pray for the father and the mother. The dad continues to say how he has just been crying and crying. And the mother is trying to be strong as she goes and does various interviews. I just ask that God touches their heart. Heal this trial and tribulation that they're going through. Heal the open wound that they are experiencing right now. Because that grief will never go away. That pain and hurt will never go away. That mother carrying that child for 9 months and those 25 years that she got with her child will never be erased. So I'm just heartbroken for them. And I just don't understand. I don't understand what this world is coming to. That we can say our friend was the one who killed us. Our friend is the one that's beating us. Our friend is the one sitting there recording as this is going on instead of trying to help. With friends like those, who needs enemies? Y'all, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I really don't. I will keep to myself from here on out if I got to deal with situations like this. I prefer to be by myself because just like that man said, only people who you call your friend can take a bone. Basically, that's what he said. My mom used to tell us that all the time. Baby, treat people from a longhand spoon because every dog that brings a bone to you will definitely carry a bone. Meaning, every person that brings you a piece of gossip will definitely carry it back out. So watch who you call a friend. Don't let people get so close to you that they can use you. They can get what they want from you. They can live off of your benefits and everything else. Not everybody is your friend. Y'all, I'm baffled. Like I say, I'm truly at a loss for words. I just don't get it. I don't get it. This beautiful young lady has now lost her life. And she was doing great things. She had a business. She was known for braiding hair, one of the top braiders in her area. And now she's no longer here. Y'all, we are truly living in careless times. Please, please, keep your circle small. Now, I will say this to Nigeria Wiggins. You said she was there and you was rubbing her head and everything, and that you did notice that it was a broken blood vessel in her eye, that her lip was split, and that you hadn't seen the fact that she had a knot on her head. Baby, the stuff that you did see, I would have been inquisitive. I would have been asking questions in regards to what happened. But it's almost as if you didn't want to know what happened to your friend, the person who you called your friend. You didn't inquire in regards to what happened. You didn't know it was a fight because you didn't ask what had happened to her. It's no way in the world that if she was alcohol poisoned, that her lip would have had a split, that her blood vessel in her eye would have been bust and all of that. None of that. She wouldn't have had a knot on her head, all of that. But see, you didn't inquire. You just took what someone else said to be the gospel truth. So while you telling people, you know, I'm innocent, you don't give a blank about all these bees and this and this and that. But baby, think about what you're saying, because you wasn't inquisitive enough. And yes, people are hurt. They're hurt and they may have thought you were involved because you didn't ask questions. You weren't inquisitive. You didn't take time to find out exactly what transpired. And I don't know if you did it because you didn't want to be involved and you didn't want to have blood on your hands, which I get. But baby, you got to be inquisitive. If it's someone who I call my friend, oh, honey, I'm asking questions. I'm going to get to the bottom of me and mines. I'm going to figure out what happened to me and mines. It's nowhere in the world. That child should have been left alone in New Mexico dead, and all of her so-called friends was back in the United States. No way. No way. But stop using this word friends and learn that you have acquaintances. Please learn that. If you don't learn anything else from Miss Leda, learn that you have acquaintances. You don't have friends. You don't have friends. And if you want to test if the friendship is true, tell them you lost your job. Tell your so-called friend you lost your job and you need to borrow XYZ amount of money. Let's see who really going to be a friend and who's not. 9 times out of 10, it's always going to be the person who you didn't think would be there for you. They'll always be the one to show up and show out behind you. Y'all, I ask y'all to pray. Get on Kneebone City and pray. 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 Because now we can't even go on vacation. Now we can't even get through college. We can't go on field trips with college friends. It is so much happening within this world that if you don't know God, baby, you need to. You need to. But y'all, I am Miss Leda. I am opinionated. I'm unbothered. And I am unapologetically me. Until next time. Y'all, I am your girl, Miss Leda, and I'm saying bye, honey, bye. I hope and pray that you guys continue to pray for one another, encourage each other, tell somebody you love them, because you never know when it may be your last chance and opportunity to say those simple words, I love you. Until next time, you guys be blessed. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe this video. And as always, thank you for stopping by to spend some time with your girl, Miss Leda.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your tired feet.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk.